Everybody wants the wave of the winter.
It's gonna be the barrel of your life. Pipe, off the wall, rock piles, log cabins. It just goes on and on.
You've got guys really pushing the limits, right? It's $25,000 for first place. It's bringing out the cream of the crop of everybody.
The wave of the winter, anyone could win it.
Style, commitment, how critical it is, the size of the wave, factor in on who's going to get the wave of the winter.
That's the goal. That's why you come to Hawaii, to get the wave of the winter.
It's those days that aren't perfect and aren't going off and aren't glassy and aren't a million photographers out. Those are the days that you really earn your stripes, or you start to figure stuff out.
November was typically slow. Some of our extratropical sources of swell that we saw like in early October for that big jaw swell had really dried up. High pressure tends to take over a lot of the North Pacific in November as well. So there are a couple of swells here and there, but overall really pretty slow month.
It was definitely a surprise to get a wave of the winter entry at Rock Piles. Going out there, it's not like there's anything in my mind that I'm gonna get an entry, It's just kind of going out there to surf because it's one of my favorite waves.
Last year, Reef's wave, I knew from the beginning that he was going to win with that wave.
It was a really good wave. It was a personal best for me. It was just an insane ride, I thought.
You got to know the guy. He's 6'5", and he still was dwarfed by the size of that barrel.
That's like a phantom wave that someone only makes once every 5 to 10 years.
He set that bar super high, but you kind of had to think, watching that year unfold, that maybe someone was going to get a better wave, and it just never happened.
There's something about Pipeline and the wave of the winter. It makes a lot of sense. It is the proving ground.
So bright, destroying all mundane. Now she's just a child of wild white horses. So who's to blame? You said your heart and you said your soul. The feeling still remains.
Pipe and Backdoor, is the most dynamic on the North Shore. It's where everyone gets pitted out of their gourd. It's the biggest barrels on the North Shore. That type of wave really fits the criteria for this event.
I mean, it's pretty entertaining to watch someone pull into a 10, 12-foot barrel that's just crazy, and usually the drops are just out of control.
I'm gonna put my foot down, gonna make my stand. Ain't gonna be no last words, darling, like a fucking dying man. Yeah, I don't need no reason. Dressed in black, I got news for you and ain't ever coming back.
There was definitely a lot of days with a lot of really good moments. It wasn't like the 8-hour perfect pipe day. It was like firing for an hour, off for 2, firing for 3, off. And when you think it would fire again, it just wouldn't be happening again.
I like pipe that's big and wild and kind of out of control, so it's just a lot more work. This wave that really loaded up on the reef, and I had a GoPro in my mouth. I turned it on and had to start paddling, stood up, and then I started fumbling trying to make sure I hit record and bottom turn at the same time. So there's a lot of multitasking, and ended up just getting this incredible barrel. It was probably the biggest pipeline barrel I've ever been in.
I thought McCoy Rothman's was pretty cool, how he manhandled that barrel. So that was definitely one of the more technical barrels of the year.
Both Ricardo and Anthony both got their waves on those days when there's a lot of wash through sets coming, and the whole crowd just spreads out.
December 30th was a pretty special day. I can actually remember a couple that were pretty nuts, just the drops of nuts and then just big, open, perfect barrels.
Yeah, it was kind of a dream day at Pipe. Like everything that I wished was just coming to me.
Did you think it was okay just to
when I did the takeoff, I was just doing my board turn and I saw that thing just sucking like super strong. I was like, oh shit, this thing gonna turn like to a trend. I was completely blind because I couldn't see the spout was super strong, and the only thing that I remember was just like that white thing come like closer and closer and closer, then it came out. Some people said that one was even better than my first one. If you compare like those waves that are totally different, I would say the first barrel was like way better than the second one, but the second one was just so relaxed and like a good style, good wave, solid size as well.
That was like definitely one of the better waves of the winter for sure, but then again it was just such a perfect wave, you know, there's not much you could have done wrong on it.
It was a sick barrel, it's just needs to be a 12-footer.
Searching every piece of ground. Then you see me in the sky. I forgot you by and by.
You gotta have the right fins and the right shaper to feel, you know, confident.
The board I won with in 2010, it's a big board, but if you get a big wave, then you know it matches each other.
For pipeline and backdoor, generally, I ride a step up, and it's a step up for me, not a step up for John. His step up is a 6'4".
The boards I ride at Pipe are kind of range between 6'0 to 6'8". I don't really go any bigger or any smaller.
You know, a lot of guys generally that ride a little bit bigger boards will sit a little further out, and I'll ride a smaller board and we'll sit a little further in.
I like to be sitting like under the wave. I reckon the smaller board works better on this situation.
I'm kind of used to getting barrel with smaller boards.
Basically anything from 7.0 down is usually a thruster, and above that I'll have a lot more quads.
Sometimes guys get their quads and they don't like them, they stay on their thrusters.
Forefins tend to outrun the barrel sometimes.
I don't ride quads at Pipe, period, or backdoor. I think they're too fast for backdoor. I don't trust the quad setup at Pipe.
Well, I was coasting through your mind.
Uncle Mike's backdoor wave, that was so sick. I watched it like a week ago and I was tripping out. Those guys have been out there almost longer than anyone. They're still out there getting the best waves.
Michael Hoke couldn't make $5 in a contest. Right now he's up for $25,000 for the ride of the year. And at 56, Mike?
None. Some may call it psycho.
Wassel's backdoor wave, it's definitely by far the best right I've seen all winter.
My partner said, you know what? The city gives you a break, take it, get out there, go catch a wave. Okay, waxed up a board, paddled out, didn't even get my hair wet, caught that right, put the board away, went right back to the tower. I'm a 39-year-old lifeguard for the City and County of Honolulu. I am just fortunate to have my name tossed in with the John Johns and Healy's and Slaters and Jamie O'Brien's.
Kelly Slater's barrel was also really perfect. There was a little more south wind on that wave, so the face of the wave was just groomed perfectly.
But it's like cactus on scale. They call me hard low. They call me grand. They know about love. No one. I just wanna release my affection. Put upon your face. Lay you down a little something, something. Where I can hit the double straight.
Oh my gosh, come on! Up and out, come on, come through! Coming out,
January was pretty cyclonically active. We had a lot of storm activity in the Western Pacific, so there were a fair amount of swells. Some of the wind and weather got weird a little bit here and there. We had a lot of days where it was lighter winds in the morning and then you get sea breezes in the afternoon. But with all the storm activity in the Western North Pacific, I actually did see a fair bit of swell in January.
There was a handful of international guys that got really good waves, but I mean, they rode them perfect.
They have such this innate, like kind of symbiotic relationship, you know, with this wave. And you're looking at them like, how did they choose that line? Where did they learn that?
The judging panel is really good. It's a fair judging panel. They're very unbiased judges and they're very honest. They're very performance oriented. I think you're going to get a really accurate winner.
Yeah, you can't really argue with any kind of results of that judging panel. You know, those guys definitely know what they're talking about.
Sonny Garcia, he's won more Triple Crowns than anybody in the history of the world. You've got Jerry Lopez, named synonymous with Pipeline. Pancho Sullivan, who qualified for the World Tour, starting off here at Pipeline at 30 years of age. And Ross Williams, the cat. You really got to impress those guys because they've seen it all.
You want to see someone committed. You want to see them looking good while they're doing it. And size always helps. It usually has to be a really big wave at a pipe to win.
You know, did they stall at the bottom? How deep were they? the size and intensity of the wave and how difficult it was to negotiate the barrel.
That's the criteria, and how we balance it. I mean, which comes first, which weighs more. Style and wave size really have the most to do with my personal selections.
John John's wave was absolutely incredible. At one point, when I had narrowed it down, I had that as my top pick, from the takeoff to how deep he was in the barrel and just how heavy that wave spit. The degree of difficulty was super high.
You look at all those clips from the Wave of the Winter and you look at it and just go, oh my, it's like a sensory overload.
They're all so close in my eyes.
Best ones I think is Ricardo and Anthony.
This year definitely was more difficult than last year to judge. There was 10 to 20 to even 30 amazing rides at Pipe.
I had to look at Ricardo's wave over and over again, John John's wave, and one of Anthony Walsh's waves, because that was kind of what I had narrowed it down to based on the criteria. And Ricardo's winning wave, just the size of that wave, his positioning, how deep he got in that barrel, and how difficult it must have been to negotiate that, and come out was hands down Wave of the Winter.
Oh shit! Here you go, buddy. Congratulations. Oh man, I can't believe that. Can't believe that, man. You did it. You think you're gonna beat that right now?
That was the best surprise I ever had. I couldn't even imagine that was coming from me, it is huge for me, for my country, for my friends where I live. All the boys, they would never imagine a guy coming from South Brazil, super country place. I'm the only professional surfer in the place. Going to Hawaii and get the Wave of the Winter, so not everyone knows how big is it for me. Means all the work I did all my life. Every time that I go out at Pipe and off the wall, backdoor, I always think oh, is that the day that Pipe gonna choose me? Is that the day that Pipe gonna look for me and say you're gonna get the ball, my friend?
Looking at it over and over again, there was just absolutely not one speck of water out of place. It was so perfect. It was what I would like to call iconic for Pipeline.
Some waves are different than others. This was one of those different waves. This was a wave that was just a step above all the other waves. When it broke very cleanly. The lip line was perfect. It obviously was very hollow. He didn't have to do anything once he made the drop and cut that corner under the lip. The wave did all the work.
For me, it was epic. I don't know about the other guys, but for me, it has been epic. Everything that I wished was just happening. I don't know. I just feel super good to be like connected with those waves.
There were so many good tube rides, so many like big, deep barrels. It seemed like the bar got raised a little bit more.
It's just more of something that we always did at Pipeline. We always wanted to get the best wave.
Why do they laugh? They do it